Good day, everyone. I'm Rocco Johnson, your lifestyle focused advisor. Thank you for joining When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? In this video, I'm going to share with you the journey of paying off $50,000 in debt in just 1 year. That's right. I'll be discussing the strategies and sacrifices and the mindset shift I had to make to achieve these challenging but rewarding goals. So if you're looking for inspiration or some tips on how to tackle your debt, this is the video for you. So stick around, sit back, relax, and unwind, and watch it until the end so you can learn how to take control of your finances and work towards becoming debt-free. So don't forget, subscribe for more personal finance tips and successful stories. I'll see you inside. Hey, good day, everybody. It's Rocco Johnson keeping you company. Good day, good day, good day. How's everybody doing out there? And it is Lifestyle Focus Friday. Lifestyle Focus Friday. I love Lifestyle Focus Friday. Thank you guys for joining us again on our live When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? This is our Lifestyle Focused Friday episode. And today we're going to talk about how I paid $50,000 of debt off in just 1 year. So hopefully through this conversation, I'm able to share some secrets, some strategies, some challenges that will help you get to where you want to go and go beyond being over the top. And that's what we do here. But before we get started, first, let me welcome everybody that's not been with us before. This is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? But we call it Lifestyle Focused Friday, where we're going to focus on what millionaires and billionaires do. That's correct. What millionaires and billionaires do. And we've been talking about using these very secret financial tools that many people don't talk about to accomplish these goals and to help you get where you're wanting to go. So just before we get started here, we want to make sure that we do a couple things, some housekeeping before we start. Is please don't forget, click the button below. Click. All right. Don't forget to like us, subscribe. We need you to subscribe, share, and click the notification bell. That way you can get the content as we continue giving you fresh, new ideas of how you can preserve your wealth and increase your wealth. And no need to share. You need to share it with someone, no need to keeping it to yourself. So if you would like to make a comment, and you want us to read it online or to respond to the replays and respond to your questions, please put in front takeaways. The word takeaways allows us to identify your message in our comments, and we'll be sure to get back to you one way or another. So please put the word takeaways in front and then put your comment that we can respond to it in a timely manner. So with that, let's get started. Let's talk about the journey. Number one, we're going to talk about the journey today. Yes, it is always a journey. What's happening, Sam? Happy Friday to you, buddy. Happy Friday to you out there in Wisconsin. I know the weather is good out there. It's perfect here in Atlanta, so you know how that goes. I love when my regulars just check in. I do. I love it. So let's talk about the journey. First of all, the journey is, how did I get there? Where did this $50,000 come from? Well, just a little small story for you advisors out there who are independent or looking to become independent. Here's a little story for you I don't mind sharing with you. The journey to becoming debt-free wasn't easy. I can tell you that. It really wasn't. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it was. But what I had to do is I had to face the reality that my financial situation needed to be looked at a little differently. and cutting down some of the unnecessary spending I was doing, and taking on extra work and doing all these extra little things that it didn't count towards my bottom line. And as an agent and as an advisor, at those days, you had to buy the briefcase, you had to buy the laptop, you did all the things that you could do to potentially get more clients. But the reality of it was all you were doing was driving yourself further and further in debt. And at that time, I was wanting to open up my own firm. And I remember talking to a colleague of mine, a mentor of mine, actually, and I shared with him my idea that I wanted to go out and open our own firm. And he said to me, "Go to your secret financial tool and take a loan against your insurance policy." Well, I had been working with him some years beforehand, and all I knew is he asked me to put away $200 every time I got paid. Every single time I got paid, he asked me to put away 200 bucks. I began to do so, and it became a habit, and I never really looked back. And I remember going into one of the major banks, and at that time, I was earning a great income. I was making six figures a year, had my own house, my car, the whole bit. And I went into the bank and asked them for a loan, and they declined me. And I didn't understand why. My credit scores were great, and my business was great. But what I did not know that I know today is when you share with them the type of business you're going in, they look at a risk assessment. And the insurance business is a risky business. So, many people don't succeed in that business. So that might not have been a good money move for them. However, I went to my colleague and my mentor, and he said, "Hey, listen, why don't you call the insurance company and take a look?" And I did. And I had been an agent for some time, but I really didn't understand how it works. And once I did it, I had accumulated almost $70,000 of liquid cash in my policy. I remember calling him back and saying, "Hey man, I got I got this cash value of $70,000." And I remember him saying to me very clearly, he said, "Congratulations, open up your own firm." And I said, "Well, I'm not going to use my money." He said to me, "Ronco, if you won't invest in yourself, why would anyone else do the same?" That sticks true to me still to this day. If you're not going to invest in yourself, how can you get other people to believe in you? If you're not going to do the work, why would someone pay you to do the work? That just makes sense. So from a journey standpoint, that was the point where I realized every little step towards my goal was important. It was critical. It's critical in learning. It's critical in learning all these different mechanisms. And yes, I learned about insurance that day. And I had been working in the industry for almost a couple of years at that point, a year and a half or so. But I really didn't understand the power of this secret financial tool until it came down 5 years later that I began to think about it and say, wait a minute. I was able to take a loan against my own policy, and I'm still earning a dividend and interest off the $50,000 that I took out of the plan to start my business. And I started L.R. Johnson and Associates in 2005. And I remember our first clients the very first week. Obviously, we had a backlog of people waiting to talk to us. And we were able to pay that loan back in the first 2 months to its entirety, completely debt free. And so part of this journey that I'm going to talk to you about is not that it can't be done. I'd never seen it coming. Actually, it was one of those risks that I was willing to take, but I had to bet on me. And betting on me wasn't a bad idea because I knew that I was willing to do the work. I was willing to do the work, but I also had to change some of my habits. Hey, Leela, I see you out there. Good to see you. Agent Leela is here. So thank you for joining us, Agent Leela. Um, as we're talking about our journey of getting out of $50,000 of debt. So I want to share with you guys today just a little bit of the mindset. You know, the mindset is one of those things that, a lot of times we don't get the chance to, um, at least in my case, I didn't get the chance to talk to um, the top dogs in the business at that particular time, right? Because I didn't have those resources. I didn't have them. So if you're an agent listening to me out there, or an advisor, or someone that's new in business, and you don't have these resources, guess what? It's time to change the room. It's time to change the room, because if you're still focused on trying to figure it out, what I realize is having more time to actually execute was more important than trying to save the money and spending more time. Hopefully, I'm making sense to you. If I'm making sense to you, put something down in the comments while we're talking, because I think somebody out there is needing to hear this today. And, as I had to dive deeper into the process, I realized the importance of budgeting. And then I became mindful of my own spending habits. Where we had to go sit down and look at 6 months of our income and 6 months of our spending habits. How much was spent on gas? How much was spent on groceries? And it meant making some sacrifices, even to the point where we put a budget and saying, hey, when we go to the grocery store, we're spending $250, not $1 over. I remember putting back a small item just because we were $2 or $3 over. I was that dedicated. And I'm asking you to be that way, because I had to be myself. And with the economy the way it is, we probably need to tighten our belts just a little bit so that we can get ahead. And those sacrifices along the way, I knew it would be worth it at the end. It wasn't going to be forever, but it was right now. And some of us out there are in critical situations where we're looking for a solution right now. And if you're one of those, hey, I want to welcome you in to a place where multiple people are just like you. You're not different. There are people here that can help. Inside of our Lifestyle Focus community, we'll be talking about these types of different things that we all experience, right? There's nothing wrong with experiencing these things. Sometimes that mind shift, it develops you in such a way that it's unexpected, right? It's unexpected. Some of the most beautiful things in shifting is I had to understand that, wait a minute, I'm able to leverage this beautiful product called insurance. That was a mind shift. I didn't have people that I could go to that understood it. I didn't. I was able to meet people along the way, like the gentleman, Mr. Nelson Nash, in his earlier years when his book was just coming out, the Infinite Banking book. Being able to travel and be around other top advisors and hearing what millionaires do, what billionaires do, and how their lifestyle was different from my own, and start implementing these strategies. Even though I didn't have the money at the time, it's not about the money. It is about the strategies, and then start trying to provide solutions that work over time. You can do this. You can do this. And the reason for this broadcast is to give financial education and financial intelligence to you that you can actually use. No fluff, no chaser. That's what we're all about, right? That's what we're all about. Sam, I see you. Thank you for making sense. I'm making sense. I want you to make a comment. I want you to make a comment because, hey, there's somebody out there that I'm hoping that we're helping. And I'm going to ask you to continue to share this content and tell somebody else about us. Don't keep us a secret, because the more lives and the more lives we're able to save, and the people that we can free financially, the better. Because I want to hear your stories. Part of this today, when we get to the end of it, I want you to tell me your financial story. Start writing your story, because it's the pivot. There's a moment we got to pivot. You know, the word pivot, for you guys that don't know, I'm a former basketball player. So the word pivot means I'm going to change direction. I can't keep going down this road. That's that one pivotal moment that stands out in my mind or in my journey um, that you have to decide to consolidate all these debts, right? And then you negotiate to creditors how to lower your interest rates. You don't even know, as a young person, I didn't even know I could do these things, but you can. You absolutely can, right? So this move helped me. It helped me a lot. It helped me make some significant progress in paying off my debt faster, and much faster than I ever imagined. But I didn't pay it to the credit card company. I wasn't doubling down and paying double payments on a loan. Not the way that you're thinking. What was happening is the pivot became that, wait, my very secret financial tool called life insurance, whole life insurance, dividend participating whole life insurance, I could, in essence, put the money into my policy that I was willing to spend with other people. And then once I started to evaluate how much money I was spending away from myself that we're not getting any credit for, any dividend for, any interest for, I'm spending it on gas, I'm spending it on food, I'm spending it on lights, mortgage, car notes, insurance, kids going to functions. You're not earning anything on that. But the moment that I understood that, wait a minute, the way that I started this company, I borrowed that $50,000 out and I was able to pay it back on my own schedule. It wasn't a rush. The insurance companies weren't trying to force me to hurry up because the cash value is leveraged against your death benefit. So that means that when I die, they're going to get their money back. But if I pay it back while I'm living, which is the preferred plan, I get to keep it. And it's never stopped compounding interest. So once I start to realize that, I realized that I could take $10,000 or $20,000 out in lump sum, because at the time my budget wasn't very high. But I could take that money out, pay my bills, like gas, water bills, and so forth, without affecting my compounded interest. And I hate to say it, but my own financial issue made me aware of this very secret financial tool. And ever since then, I needed no one to tell me about life insurance, because everything that I learned, I had already done. And that's my challenge to you guys, is learning what this is and then learning how to use it properly, effectively, and then making it part of your lifestyle. It will change the trajectory of your life. It really will. And that's what this is all about. That was the lights out moment. That was the pivot. That was the aha moment, is that, I could see these rewards in a much faster way. So when people start talking about overfunding, why do I overfund the bank? The bank is not giving me any money, but I don't mind overfunding myself by overfunding my own policies. The agreement between me and the insurance company. Every time I give it more money, the accumulated dividends are going to be based off how much money I gave it, but I can still use it. And I love playing this track by Joey Somerville. It's called Make the Spot Hot, because that's exactly what we started to do, is make the spot hot. Now we're starting to talk about the pivot is becoming a business owner and seeing my money come back to me in less than 4 months because of the work I was able to do. Now I understand that I had revenue that I was able to go back and pay me, the lender, back my own money. Well, that was the beginning of private money unintentionally for me, right? That was the beginning. So if that made sense to you, let's make a comment. Make a comment. Tell me you're looking. Ask your questions. Go ahead and put it in the bottom. So while we're looking at that, don't forget to join our Lifestyle Focus group. Go online to www.Lifestyle Focus Wealth. I have to tell you, the group has been fantastic. Tonight, we have an event in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to go check out some smooth jazz. I think Mr. Joey Somerville's in town. So you want to be part of our groups. I think out there in Wisconsin, Marion Meadows is going to be out there and hanging out at the festival. It is festival season. So we get the opportunity to hang out and do some different things. It is about the lifestyle. It's not always about the money. It is about food, travel, business, and relationships. How do we tie all that together? Well, you have to pay for the food. You have to pay for the travel. And great relationships, they come because people love you. They're like-minded. And when you got like-minded people who like to do all the same things, everybody seems to be happier, right? I think that's just the truth. That's just how it goes. And, so if you would think about it, take a moment and consider joining our Lifestyle Focus. Hey, join our Lifestyle Focus Wealth community. Membership's starting at $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. So register online today at www.lifestylefocuswealth.com. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for joining us again. So we were talking about joining our Lifestyle Focus Wealth team. Hey, remember, it's just $16 a month. Go ahead and get involved. I'm telling you, we got some great things on the way. So we're going to be sharing with you how we're going to build your business, create more traffic flow using AI as an advantage. These are all these opportunities that you're going to be able to manage your lifestyle a little bit better. And these are tools that we didn't have back in the day. So I'm sure they're going to be able to assist you to help you get where you want to go. So here's the lessons in conclusion. In conclusion, the journey has taught me some valuable lessons about the financial industry and a lot about how the industry works and the discipline and the power of perseverance and sticking to it, because you have to stick to it. If you don't stick to it, you'll find yourself always starting over and over and over again. So that is something that we want to avoid. So it's not just about getting out of debt. It is about building a secure financial future for yourself, for your family, and then leaving legacies that they'll talk about forever and ever and ever. Amen. So those are the things that motivate me the most. I don't know. Why don't you share with me your goals? Share with us your goals. I'll put this down in the comments, and I will give you guys some tools that I would like for you to go to and join. And I'm going to encourage you to share all your debt-free goals in the comments with us. Go ahead, share them in the comments below, and join me on this journey towards financial freedom. I think that's a great thing. Who wants to go on that journey by yourself? I think it will be better to be in a group of people who have like minds and want to see themselves in a different way. So I'm going to ask you, share your journey, share your debt-free goals, and maybe you have a tool, maybe you have a system, maybe you have an idea that someone else on this broadcast could use. I think that would be fantastic. I think it will be fantastic. I'm going to open the line up just a moment for anybody that is wanting to leave us something in the comments or what have you, and I can read a couple of them offline while I got it. Pay off my student loans. Paying off my student loans. Well, the student loan has become a priority. It's not a bad debt to have, but paying it down systematically, you can either pay it direct to the vendor, but if you have this financial tool that we've been talking about, it's probably nice to sit down with your advisor and develop a plan of how to pay this back more effectively while we're capitalizing on the dollars that you're willing to spend to pay off your debt at the same time. So that means get two uses out of your dollar at the same time, and I think that will be a smart idea. And the same thing goes for paying off your house. I see you asked the question about paying off your house. The beautiful thing about paying off your house is we all know that if you were to make bi-weekly payments to a house, you can pay off your house much quicker. But many people are doing it by paying to the mortgage company. When they pay to the mortgage company, they're taking money out of their pocket going to the mortgage company. Well, stop and ask yourself, is the mortgage company paying you anything? Are you earning any interest? No, you're not. But you are paying interest to someone, but you're not earning any interest for someone. So our strategy is a little different. We're going to be earning interest while paying our debt down. And if we're able to do that, over time, we're still getting credit for all the accumulated dollars that we've spent over our lifetime. And the dividend scale is based off of that money. So when I'm able to pay my debts down, there is a strategy that I love to use is we'll take all the credit cards, or if someone's got enough capital, we'll take it, or even paying off your house, you'll put that money away into your financial tool, borrow against your tool. And then because you don't need money, you've taken the money out of your insurance policy, put it into your bank. Now you're paying off your bills. Those dollars you're always getting credited for, right? But because you got these dollars in a block, you don't have to worry about if I have money to pay my bills. We borrowed money against our policy to pay our bills. This money we understand is still earning dividends and accumulating interest, right? But now I don't have any need for my salary or my income. So I take the salary and my income and I 100% pay it back towards my loan. And now I'm actually going to get credit from the insurance company by the money I'm putting back in. My loans are paid off faster. So you can pay off a 30-year mortgage in probably less than 10 to 12 years, maybe even 7, if you're really, really committed. But again, sit down with your advisors. If you would love to have an opportunity to look at that a little deeper, I'm going to ask you to go to my website, go to roncojohnson.com, schedule some one-on-one time with me and sit down and talk to us. Let us help you. We want to help. So no matter where it is, we got information, calculators. We could talk about recasting your mortgage, how you pay it down faster, or paying off your student loans. All that's there. Just go to our website, and that link tree will take you everywhere you want to go. But I tell you, the best thing to do is schedule some one-on-one time with us. Go over to Lifestyle Focus Wealth and do so, and or lifestylefocuswealth.com and do so. And that will help you out a lot. It will save you time. It will save you the heartache. I promise you. And you don't have to make all the mistakes that we're making. Anyone else out there want to share goals? So if you would, take a moment to share your goals, share your plan. And if you haven't had an opportunity to do so, think about it this way. If I sit down and spend 25 to 30 minutes writing my goals down, they say that when you write your goals down, the percentage of it being accomplished goes up higher than average. So if you go ahead and take this time to write your goals down financially, saying, hey, and be very specific. This is what I want to accomplish. I want to be debt free. I hear my phone ringing over here during the middle of our broadcast, so I have to turn that back off. So if you didn't know, we are live. We are live. So what I'm going to ask you to do is write your goals down. And then once you write them down, let it just flow. Let it flow. No particular order until you no longer have any more financial goals to write down. Okay? Then once you write them down, I want you to go through them and put which ones are in order from top to bottom, 1 to 10. Which one is the highest priority? Which ones are lower priority for you? Okay? And then we're going to systematically figure out why we're in the hole that we're in. And then I'm going to ask you to get to that point, the pivot, right? We got to get back to the pivot because it's up to you. It's up to you. we gotta do a couple things. I'm just going to remind you before we get out of here. One, by writing all these goals down, you're discussing and you're going to be explaining your journey. Hey, why did I get here? How did I get here? And what can I do about it? Because these strategies and these sacrifices and the mindset shift, I got to be willing to make that happen. Okay. I got to be willing to make it happen. The second thing is my mind shift. Am I open to ideas that are different than where I currently am or the people that are currently around me? Not everybody has the resources with the information. Let us be that for you. Go online and just join our group. Lifestyle Focused Wealth is a community of all of us doing what millionaires and billionaires do, right? That's the best thing to do is let's go on a journey together. Let's go on your journey together. Let's talk about shifting your mindset, resetting what it is that needs to be reset. And then we need to put you and point you in the right direction. This is where your pivot happens. This is where you go from your old habit to your new one. This is where you start to separate yourself from where you were yesterday and where you're heading tomorrow. That pivot is so important, but it doesn't have, you don't have to wait. You don't have to be 65 to figure it out. You can start that right now. Whether you're in your early 20s or your mid 40s, you can start this right now. But the earlier, the more money you make, the more money you save, and your lifestyle is going to be much different. So I'm just going to remind you, join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community once again, www.lifestylefocusedwealth.com, and get involved. Let's just get involved. Let's make this a priority. If you ask me, I think it should be on your list, right? It should be on your list. And at the end of the day, I want you to come out and share your lessons of conclusion with us right here, down low, below. And then when you share your information with us, then hopefully we'll put it on the air. I like hearing your success stories. I like being part of your success stories. I'm watching everybody clicking on all of our different stuff here. But I like being part of your success stories. Here's why. Because it's affecting change across the world. It's affecting change across the world. And that's what we want to be. We want to be a part of that. We want to be a part of that. That's what I call building a life of significance. So those were my points. Today's show is a little bit shorter than average. But if you go ahead and do those things in conclusion, and be willing to pivot, be willing to shift your mindset, and be willing to sacrifice and take the journey. Rewrite your own story. You might be rewriting the history of your family just because somebody like you decided to make that change. Somebody like you decided, hey, listen, enough is enough. This is not where we need to be. And I don't want to, I don't want us to be here anymore. I don't want us to be here any longer. And once you start making that decision, it is amazing what will happen. And you'll start to see it show up in your kids, your family, and your lifestyle. So why not get started on doing that right now? Right now. So listen, thank you guys for joining us. As you hear the music coming, okay, that's our time today. And thank you for allowing me to share how we got out of $50,000 of debt in 1 year. I'm looking forward to hearing your solutions and your goals. And then on top of it, seeing you reach the top. So thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. I'm Rocco Johnson, your Lifestyle Focus Advisor. And we will see you next time, every Friday right here. Yes, every Friday at 1 o'clock right here online. So thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time at the top.